Oh yeah, Orb? Oh yeah? Well, you're a big giant eyeball. Take that. That'll teach him. His food just talked back to him. Ha ha! Mr. Weirdo, sir?
Yes, Waffly, what is it?
It's time to start the show.
Okay, I'll be right there.
You'd think you remember the time. Dave's so great. At least he doesn't serve me. He only serves coffee and donut. I'm gonna go give the Orb a upset stomach. Have fun!
It's this Justin News Comedy Club show with your very special guest stars, Kimberly Jordan, Joan Fuchsman, Bombing Run winner, Vickie Plummer, Dewayne White, Erik Angel, and your headliner, Niko Lukoff. And now, without further ado, the master of ceremonies, the man who's putting all the words in my mouth and not yours. Please welcome Aaron. Yay! Yay! Have fun, y'all.
All right, we are here. It is a Saturday night. I hope I'm spotlighted. I think I am. Yay! What do you know? I can see myself, and I'm still not. Oh, I can't fake anyone. I got fire behind me tonight. Welcome to this Justin News Comedy Club show. I am your MC, the host, the producer, the man who does everything else, Aaron. And we have a great show lined up for you tonight. We have some amazing comics. And you know what? It's been a week. How many of you had to do a sleep study? Anyone? Bueller? Okay, one. I can see one person. You know, it sucked. I didn't study for it. And I think I failed miserably because the next day it was just a total S show. I'll tell you that right now. Oh. I couldn't ask, how could anything not get any worse? It got worse all the rest of that day. And I finally got home. I'm like, honey, don't tell me anything bad. And she said, good. I won't tell you about anything that's gone bad then. Whew, thank goodness she didn't tell me about the bathroom. Anyway. Oh. So, no more sleep studies for me unless I can make it to Tahiti and it's a sleep study under the sun and not in a hospital where I have to worry about COVID. Never again. Oh, that was no fun. That was no fun at all. But we're going to start out with some great comedians. And the first comedian, she is so funny. She's out in La La Land. Please welcome to the stage, Kimberly Jordan, everybody.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm vaccinated, so basically what that means is when I bite you, you will not get rabies. I'm just kidding. I'm chipped. I'm so excited. Bill Gates is learning so many great grocery shopping tips, like what's at 7-Eleven, ice cream, 2-for-1 Red Bulls, lottery tickets. I'm sure it's very helpful for a billionaire. But, I send him secret messages, I'm like, can you write me a recommendation letter to get into the Illuminati? From him. My God-given name is Kimberly Smith. My parents got 0 for originality. There's literally 400 of me in Los Angeles. There's so many of me that I actually paid a different Kimberly Smith student loan for like 3 years. You're welcome, Dr. Kimberly Smith, USC Dental. Another time the doctors mixed me up. He's like, there's 38 Kimberly Smiths in my database. He told me I was dying. I had this weird rare disease. I'm like, oh my God. So I go home and I WebMD it. I'm like, oh, I better make a bucket list, right? So I make my bucket list, knock off a couple of 7-Eleven clerks, try heroin, skydive. And then I get a call a couple days later and they're like, oh, you know what? You're fine. You're perfectly healthy. And I'm like, oh my God, boy, do I have some explaining to do to some 7-Eleven clerks. Sorry, guys. So I'm a mom in Los Angeles. And what that basically means is I spend 90% of my life pretending to hate gluten, sugar, meat, GMOs. It's a pretty lofty task. Like when it's my daughter's birthday, I want to bring cupcakes to the class. And everyone has these dietary requirements. And do I do that? No. You know what I do? I go to the deepest, darkest, seediest alley in downtown Los Angeles, and I find my homie. I whistle for him. We have a secret whistle. Casper with a K. And I'm like, "Psst, buddy, you got the goods?" And he's like, "What do you mean the goods?" He goes, "But I have high fructose corn syrup." And I'm like, "Yes, I'll take it all." And I pay him in unmarked bills. And then I go back and I inject those tasty morsels with the poison. And I bring them to school. I plop them down. I watch the kids dig in. They're like eating. "Oh, these are so good." And I watch and I wait. And I wait and watch. I'm like, "Who's going to go first?" I'm like, "All right, Cougar, how you feeling?" "Moon, your parents have a life insurance policy on you." Anyway, you know what happens? Nothing. They're fine. Absolutely fine. Those non-binary little bastards. They're all non-binary now. They're they, them, zim, zoo, zoo. It's so confusing for me. And I got to thinking about my own personal pronoun because of this. I am an it or a thing. And I'm trying to get that to catch on. Like, I have my mom, my friends, my ex-boyfriend, my daughter, trying to get that to catch on. And so far, they're just calling me bitch face. My dad married a woman from Christian Mingle. 4th time's a charm, right? Oh. And so she's obsessed with the rapture. All she does is talk about the rapture. She's like, "Are you going to the rapture? Are you prepared for the rapture?" And I always tell her I did not get the Evite yet. Jesus has not sent me the Evite. But when he does, the first thing I'm going to do is check the guest list. I'm going to be like, okay, her, my dad's wife, my mom, Karen F, Karen O, Karen P, my sister, the neighbor guy that gives me Jesus pamphlet. I don't think I'm going to go. I'm going to pass. I don't think so. One of the memes that she actually sends me is a park bench with empty clothes on it. You know, "Are you going to the rapture?" And I'm like, what's up with the empty clothes? Like, is Jesus taking people naked? Is he literally like, "Come on, guys, come on. No, leave the clothes. Leave no clothes in heaven. Come on." And when I look up in the sky on the day of the rapture, am I going to see my mom, my stepmom, and Jesus all naked together? I find that incredibly disturbing. I want no part of that at all. And then my last thing is with the rapture, you know the shoes over the telephone wire? You guys have seen that, right? Mm-hmm. Are those rapture victims? Or are those guys just saying, "Hey, we sell drugs on this corner"? Anyways, my name's Kimberly. Thank you so much for listening.
All right, let's all give a big round of applause for everybody. And Kimberly, where can you find you on social media?
All of my handles are Kimber Freak on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I'm gonna be on a Flapper show, April 2nd at 7:30.
Sweet. So go check her out on Flappers. Go check out Kimberly Freak. You said you were going with it, and then you went to bitch face. So you should just go with freak, because I think everybody would identify me as a freak. I'm pretty sure. Look, I have puppets, and I do intros with puppets, so help me. Thank you so much, Kimberly. That was an awesome set. All right. And now we are going to go to our next comedian, and she is hilarious. It took a little bit to get her here. She's been part of the Hot Breath group, learning how to write comedy, and she was a writer beforehand, but she is knocking them out of the park. So I want to please welcome from Washington, D.C., my friend, Joan Fuchsman, everybody. Woo, woo, woo!
Thank you so much, Aaron. Really, thank you. Here's a chance to get to know me better. I'm terrified of flying. I get airsick just booking my flight. But if I must fly, then I want to be in a Mack truck of a plane, not some crop duster, because when it comes to planes, size matters. If I have to leave the safety of my living room and fly the frightening skies in an itsy-bitsy plane, it has to be for something really meaningful. Family reunion, wedding, I don't think so. Chance encounter with a movie star, that's the ticket. I had to take a teeny plane to the Telluride Film Festival. I got to the airport in plenty of time to self-medicate. Vodka, check. Valium, check. Extra large vomit bag? You betcha. Board the flight in sections. There are sections. There are 20 seats. 2 of us are flying, and I'm in the last section to be called. I realize we've landed when I feel the flight attendant prying my fingers from my seat. Then I look in the cockpit, and the hair on my neck stands straight up. My pilot and co-pilot are high-fiving and chest bumping, like this landing is a surprise. I half expected them to dump Gatorade over one another. This gets me thinking, who's flying these planes? I bet not flight school valedictorians. We're flying in the minor leagues with pilots who couldn't make it to the show, with the farm team, with second stringers. On to my dating life. My girlfriends say men are dogs. What an insult to dogs. Who performs for just a biscuit? Where's the man who runs to the door when he hears my footsteps and whimpers when I leave the house? Where's the guy who'll eat whatever I put in front of him and beg for more? And get me the man that loves wearing a collar that makes him my property. Single, never married, still searching for love. Friends say my standards are too high. Okay, maybe I should give short, fat, dumb men I'm not attracted to a chance. So, if I'm picky about my brand of coffee, shouldn't I be slightly pickier about who I'll be sharing that coffee with till death do us part? I'm older than I look. That makes my search for love even harder. Do I go with my real age, or how I look, or how I feel? It's like choosing between Jack Nicholson, Brad Pitt, or Harry Styles. Where do I look? Tinder for oldies? I don't think so. Not after watching Dirty John. Talk about an online dating horror story for older women. And Dateline's episodes are so scary, they make me want to date my brother. The last thing to know about me is that when it comes to athletics, I have zero confidence in my abilities. The only thing I am confident about is that I have no abilities. I am the living embodiment of suckiness. The signs were there early on. In kindergarten, I was the last one to learn how to skip. Yes, some of us have to be taught. My skills didn't improve in junior high. I wasn't last to be chosen for teams. I wasn't chosen. My mom was so concerned about my lack of athletic prowess, she asked the doctor if something was wrong with me. His answer? Some have it, some don't. Joan don't. School was the worst. I tried to work the trampoline. Unfortunately, trample is the right word for it. When I accidentally bounced off and fell on the floor, two of my classmates fell right on top of me. I finally caught a break, literally, my junior year. As I was getting off the bus, an impatient car pulled around it and headed right for me. I tried to outrun the car, but since I had the running skills of a turtle, the car hit me and fractured my pelvis. Praise the Lord. No more gym for the year. It was a gift from God. So much. I'm going to hobble back to my other chair.
All right, let's give Joan a big round of applause. And Joan, where can I find you on social media?
I'm at Twitter at Jones Nuggets, and I have a blog that's at jonesnuggets.wordpress.com.
Sweet, go check all that out. She's an amazing writer, and she's been knocking it out, like I said, doing the Right 10 Club every day. She's been knocking out some great jokes, so go check her out. That was awesome. And you know what? I've tried to get out of work, but I've never, or out of things, but I just never thought about breaking my pelvis. Just never thought about doing that. It's a thought, but I kind of think I'm not going to do that. I've tried everything else, you know, like I'm allergic to work. I can't stand my coworker. They just say, just deal with it. We're paying you enough. We don't care. So much for my life living down in my basement and working from here. Yay. All right. So enough about me. Let's get to the next comic, shall we? This woman won my game show that I do on Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific time. And it's called Bombing Run. And that's where 3 comedians compete against each other with my mysterious judge, who I never name. And that judge decides who's the Joker Ace, first place, second, and third. And the Joker Ace gets to be on my show. So please welcome to the stage a woman from DC, Vickie Plummer, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you. I'm actually not from DC, but I've been to DC.
Oh, sorry.
I'm from the New York City area.
Oh.
But I went to Washington DC when I was in high school, so that was fun. I haven't been there recently, but anyway, so I was thinking about pronouns. Kimberly brought up pronouns, and I want my pronoun to be WAP. Yeah, but it's not what you think it is. I want it to be WAP because we're all people. Get it? We're all people. Yeah. But I don't think people would get that. They'd be like, you want it to be WAP? Anyway. So, I knew 2020 for me personally was really gonna suck because I got tonsillitis twice.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, what am I, 6? So then I got broken up with by text.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. On New Year's Eve.
Oh.
I know. He was 13 years younger than me though. So it was kind of expected. I wouldn't consider myself a cougar though, because I look 13 years younger than he did. But hey, lesson learned. No more college freshmen.
Oh.
So,
Whoa.
yeah. Like I thought I'd miss him more at night though, but no. It turns out all I needed was a weighted blanket. So, you guys tried those before? They make them to feel like a nice warm hug, and they do. You just have to be really careful when you roll over because they like to hug you so tight that sometimes they hold on to a body part and it doesn't come with you. So you can get injured.
Oh.
I named my weighted blanket though. I named him Lenny because he doesn't know his own brute strength. He would be like, baby, where are you going? I want to keep hugging you. I want to hug you so tight that I'm going to hurt your rotator cuff. So, yeah, you got to be really careful with those things. So it turns out, though, that the breakup wasn't really a breakup. It was just a huge autocorrect mistake. So I hate autocorrect. I hate it. It changes words. It changed the meaning. And so, there's always a big misunderstanding. Like, I never mean the word duck. So never mean the word birch. Oh, it drives me crazy. Yeah. And men, you may think you're sending a simple text, but women are going to overanalyze that thing more than the crime lab at Quantico for the FBI. So just be aware of that. But
Right.
he really is 13 years younger than me. We actually have been together for 3 years now, but we're not officially boyfriend and girlfriend. We don't like labels. We're not friends with benefits. We're not lovers. Like, who says that anyway, except people back in like the 1940s? Who calls themselves that? So we just call each other poker buddies. It works for us. We text each other things like, do you want to play Texas Hold'em tonight? So it's very romantic. So he is 13 years younger than me. Sometimes he likes to whisper sweet nothings in my ear. He likes to say things like, when you were in high school, I was 5.
Oh.
Oh God. Yeah. It's funny though, because really I do look younger than him. And you would never guess that there's an age difference, but he likes to keep bringing it up. Apparently it's a problem. And, he had COVID last year for 6 weeks. It was really bad. He lost his sense of taste and smell, and he still doesn't have that back. Although I question whether he ever had his sense of taste, because he likes to sometimes wear shorts and his baseball cap backwards. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Thank you so much.
Let's give a big New York City, and I got that right now. So sorry about that. Vickie, where can we find you on social media?
Oh, it's so, I got to point it out. Vickie Plummer comedian, just in case. That's on Instagram. And then on Facebook, it's just Vickie Plummer. So.
And don't call her to do your plumbing. I know
Yeah, I don't know.
A million years. I understand it completely. Thanks you so much. You were awesome. And she, like I said, she's a bombing run winner. And go check her stuff out. She is knocking it out of the park. All right, that's great. You know what? I did need a plumber just earlier. I came down into my basement and I realized that my 59-year-old house needs a plumber eventually, or it needs a colonoscopy.
No.
What I'm going to pay for, but the colonoscopy might be covered. I'm going to try to see if that works. Oh yeah, that was so much fun to go clean that up. Oh, that was so much fun. All right, but anyways, let's get to our next comic. He has been on the show a few times. I want you to welcome this comic from Woodbridge, Virginia, Dewayne White, everybody. Woo!
What's up, everybody? How we doing? Oh my gosh. I'm worried about the ladies tonight. It's like sad. Jeez. Vickie's hurting herself. Joan's hurting herself. I don't know what's going on. This is fun. So it's a good time. This is fun for me. My wife and I just celebrated 22 years of marriage, so it's probably a pretty cool time. That's in a row. I just want to point that out. I do. I think that's an important part of the stat. I think because we've all got that one aunt, or in Kimberly's case, her dad. That's fine. It's cool. It's like, no. I know you've been married for 40 years, but you get to divide by 6, Aunt Becky. It's not the same. It doesn't count. But I'm at the point now in our marriage where people ask me all the time that same stupid question I hate. It's like, Dewayne, what's the secret to marriage? Hide the guns. I think that's really the starting point. I don't know. Here's the thing. I tell everybody it's 3 things. It's patience, it's understanding, and it's the ability to patch drywall. That's really the top 3. I'm saying we throw things, people. I'm saying sometimes we get intense and things get thrown. I am Irish. My wife is 100% German. And so it kind of surprises people sometimes. It surprised me too, because most of the time, as you know, Europeans cannot throw. So it kind of caught me off guard. They can't. If that upsets you, that's fine, but you will never see a team from Munich in the Little League World Series. It's never going to happen. Here's the thing. I think is we just speak different languages. Well, in our house we really do, but like we men and women speak different languages. Like the other day, I said to my wife, I just said, "Hey, why don't we move the mirror closer to the bed?" Yeah. So what I was saying was, "Hey, why don't we spice things up?" Is that what she heard? No. She heard, "You know what? You should spend $5,000 to remodel our bedroom." That's what she heard. So a little bit. I was in the military for a long time. I tried to do all the cool stuff you can do. Like I did like the whole airborne jumping out of planes thing, like the whole Ranger thing, the whole let's invade a country and look around for WMD for like 2 years and never find that stuff thing. Dude, I tried. We looked everywhere. I have no idea. I was disappointed, to be honest. But I couldn't say this at the time. I was disappointed in George W. Bush. And I want to say that's not political. I don't do political. That dude's too freaking honest. That's all. Because here's the thing. If I'm the president, I make you this solemn vow, people. If I tell you we're invading a country because they have chemical weapons, we're going to find some freaking chemical weapons. For real. I don't care what it costs to ship the stuff over. I'm bringing in truckloads of it. Okay. I'm hiding it throughout the entire country like the world's worst Easter egg hunt. It's like, you guys ready? Everybody, you're 3, 2, back up. Freaking Marines, get behind the line. Just lie. That's all. Just lie a little. That's all. Listen, if I'm playing golf with you and I hit a ball that I'm not sure I'm going to find, guess what's in my pocket? Yes, a ball that looks just like the one I'm looking. That's $1 a hole golf. Just lie. That's all. You win more. Okay. I know me though. I would have gotten caught because I'd have taken it a step too far. Like I'd have canisters everywhere doing a photo op. Like, see these? These are all chemical weapons designed for use against the United States. It says it right on the side, Made in America, which I think we all know means death to America in Arabic, and that proves it. Sir, that says Made in America. I couldn't get one. Like, you couldn't give me one. Like, all right. I want to say this. I hate that joke. I'm sorry. I hate that joke. I just tell it because I like to watch you guys, to be honest. No, because I've told that joke all around the country, and I get the same 3 groups every single time. There's the first group that giggle when I say Made in America, they get it. There's a second group when I say Made in America, they laugh. And then there's that third group. Right now, you're still elbowing your wife, going, "Damn, that dude speaks Arabic. That's pretty cool, man." I do think they had them. You know, I think the chemical weapons were probably there the whole time. You know, the trouble was really who we had looking for them. Because let's be honest, it's just a bunch of dudes, and heck, most days I can't find my freaking keys in my own house. To be real, we could have solved it right away. Just pull out all the dudes, send in like one truckload of like wives and moms and girlfriends. It'd have been there 30 seconds. Been like, "It's right here. It's right here." Right where I told you it was. That's it for me, guys. My name's Dewayne White. Thanks a lot.
Let's give a big applause for Dewayne White, everybody. And Dewayne, where can we find you on social media?
The best place, my website, DewayneWhiteComedy.com. And yeah, got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Specifically, I need your help Monday. If you're available, I need you to go into the comedy therapy round of 16 and vote for me to go on to the next round. But then we got a couple shows in DC coming up this week, live shows too. So check it out.
He's got doing live shows and comedy therapy. Is that their March Madness? Is that?
Yeah. So the round of 16 is Monday night. So
sweet. That's, you got to buy tickets to go to that, right?
Yeah, that one, they changed the rules for this round. You got to be in the room to vote. So
yes, I did hear about that. Yes, I did hear about that. People are voting outside the room with their social media, and that wasn't very fair. So, but awesome. Dewayne, we go check him out Monday night in comedy therapy. And if you're in the DC, Virginia area, he's doing some live mics. So go check him out, message him and see where he's at. Maybe you can go see him live with a mask or maskless. I don't know for sure.
With a mask.
I would wear a mask just to hide my face so I could get out of the town real fast myself. So, all right. Thank you so much, Dewayne.
Thank you.
So that was a fun set. Oh my gosh, I never thought about that. But you know, George W. Bush, when he said he found mustard gas at one point, I was thinking maybe he farted in front of his wife. I did remember that. I thought maybe he farted in front of his wife and said, "Oh, that's mustard gas." Yeah, okay. Oh, sorry, that was another voice of somebody that's gone. Hey, sometimes my presidents get mixed up in my head. They're all about the same. So anyway, we're going to go to our next comic. He's originally from overseas, but now he's in New York City. Yes, I do the pace salsa ad all day long. Please welcome to the stage, Erik Angel, everybody.
Hey. Thank you so much. Yes, so I'm Erik. I'm an Israeli. I speak falafel. I came to America after my dream to sit in a studio apartment for a year and to do comedy online. And I'm crushing it. The American dream, it's happening to me, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. So as an Israeli, I born and raised in a culture that believes that you don't need to speak if you can say the exact same words shouting. This is why when people see two Israelis talking, they always think that we're having a fight. We are not having a fight. We're gonna have one, but hey, let us warm up. You know what? This is who we are, okay? We're not like those Gentiles that want to die with their feelings locked in a box. We want to die from a stroke. Yeah. This is why 70% of the Israeli men are bald and the other 30 live in denial. Yeah, for every piece of hair that I have on my head, I have at least 5 on my back and 12 on my Shabbat Shalom. And so married comedians, all 4 of them, and they like to talk badly about their wives, but I'm not going to do it. First of all, I love my wife. Second of all, she's right here. And also, you know, I remember pretty well that dating, it's a nightmare. Come on. Okay. One time in Israel, after half an hour, my date in Tel Aviv told me that her grandfather was a Nazi. A Nazi. Whoa. Yes. And I'm sitting there in this dark bar with the lady that I just met. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, it's not really her fault. She came to Israel. She's trying to do things different. But then after another half an hour, she told me that she has hepatitis B. And then I understood that she just came to finish the job. So it's very important for my wife that we'll share everything. So a few months ago, she gave me COVID-19. And you heard about it. Yeah, and for few weeks, I lost the sense of taste and sense of smell, but somehow the Jewish food I ate those days tasted exactly the same. I checked my health application last night in iPhone. I discovered that I passed away.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm the second Jew after Jesus to be resurrected. I'm a Hanukkah miracle, man. Yeah, but you know, I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen, and it's scary, the future. I say always look on the bright side of life. Really, look at me. Thanks to COVID, I fulfilled a few months ago one of my biggest dreams in life. Yeah, I didn't have to do Rosh Hashanah dinner with my family. This is an achievement. That time it ended in 10 minutes over Zoom and a mysterious technical problem. What the hell happened there? So, you know, I'm learning many things since I arrived to America. I think the biggest thing that I learned here is that I am Jewish. Yes. I born and raised in Israel as an Israeli. But since I left my country, everywhere I'm going in the world, suddenly I am the Jew. And since I arrived to New York City, very fast I learned that here, everything is my fault, right? Suddenly I control the money here. I control the real estate business. I control Hollywood. Yeah, they keep shooting fast and furious movies because of me. It's my fault that Wonder Woman is a bad actress. Yeah, that Waze takes people to the wrong street. Yeah, the Mets are losing. My fault. Yeah. Trump's daughter marrying a schmuck. My fault. Yeah, you not laughing. Yeah, my fault. No, the Jew is sit here in the Upper West in New York. His wife will make dinner. He will starve to death and make everybody laugh. Of course, how convenient. Guys, follow me on Instagram. Follow me home. Do something with yourself, okay? Thank you.
All right, let's give a big round of applause for Erik Angel. And Erik, where can we find you on social media?
I'm Erik Angel Comedy, very sophisticated. Erik with K because my English is terrific. So really, follow me.
Sweet, awesome. Go follow him. He's very funny, and thank you for that set. And his wife's actually watching him, or she's in the room, so that's awesome. Because usually when I do this stuff, my wife's not here. And tonight she took off for a party, and she's like, "I'm leaving you here." I'm like, "Okay, bye, honey."
The only room that my wife can go to is the hallway. It's a studio apartment, so
there's nowhere to go. She's stuck listening to you whether she likes you or not, right? So hopefully she likes your jokes.
Hostage.
That's sweet. Thank you so much, Erik.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what? And I just celebrated my 6th wedding anniversary. Yes. Yeah, thank you. And you know, it's iron for your 6th wedding anniversary, and I thought I got my wife the perfect gift. I got her iron supplements. Tell you what, it was a hit. She's thrown every capsule, and it's knocked me in the head every time she's thrown one. Oh, she gave me something iron, a tire iron across the face too. That was kind of fun. Yeah, she knows how to give those gifts to keep on giving. I'm still have ear ringing from that too. But now we're up to our headliner comic, and not me doing all my weird jokes. So I want to welcome to the stage a man from Nampa, Idaho, which Idaho is my native state. Please welcome to the stage an awesome comedian, Niko Lukoff, everybody. Woo!
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so like Aaron said, I live in Nampa, Idaho, and that's probably the first time either of you or anyone here has actually heard both those words before. And yeah, that is Nampa, yes, much like Tampa, which makes sense because we certainly are the Florida of the Northwest. That's us. That's us. And I say I live in Idaho, but I'm actually from here. And people find that out. They're like, "Why'd you move here?" And I tell them this. When my wife and I were looking at where we should settle down, everywhere we're looking into, this was the one place that we could afford. That's the reason right there. They're like, "Wow, that was like 18 years ago. Why do you still live there?" And that's actually because that hasn't changed at all. That's Now, I said I lived in Idaho, and since then I've said about 80 words, but really could have been like 8 million, because I know for some of you, all you've heard since Idaho has been potato, 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 potato. And for maybe the rest of you, potato, 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 potato. And that's reasonable. That absolutely makes perfect sense. I thought the same thing too. I mean, that's what you think of Idaho. Look, we have a lot of potatoes. We grow a lot of potatoes. That's a well-known fact. And here's how it impacts my life daily. When I want a potato, I can just go to the store and get a potato. And while I'm a big fan of this, I think this is great. I don't know if you've been to any of the other states. Same thing, folks. Doesn't change anything at all for me.
Right.
Here's another thing we have a lot of in Idaho. We have lots and lots of guns. Yeah, that's good for guns, right? Look, shooting guns is fun. Shooting targets and whatever the gun. It's fun. It's fun. And who doesn't think that just hasn't done it before or is a liar. That's. I don't own any guns though. I don't see a particular reason to own a gun. And while you folks might think it's very reasonable, a lot of people in Idaho think that I'm the crazy one. Yeah, they're like, Niko, why don't you own any guns? I got 26 guns. I'm like, dude, you got 26 guns. I don't need any. It's called herd immunity. No one's messing with Idaho, folks. I did compromise though. I compromised and I got a potato gun. Yeah. So if I ever got to stand my ground, it's gonna be with freshly ground rosemary and delicious carbs. You're walking away covered in welts and they'll be carb loaded. Yeah, here's another fun fact about Idaho, a little tater tot of truth, as it were. In 2020, there was a period of time we actually had no laws on the books. Yeah, no laws on the books. It's called Ida. Screw that up. No laws on the books, and it's not supposed to be a surprise that we have books in the first place. That's not supposed to be the key takeaway. No, it's called expiration of laws or something like that. Look, I'm not an expert on it. Obviously, no one else in Idaho is either. But we got the laws back. They voted them back on. I didn't find out until after the fact. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What a missed opportunity that was. Like, are you telling me I could have just been walking down the street just shooting people with deliciousness with my homemade vegetable cannon? I think if I did that and I got a potato in someone's mouth and I wanted to get it back, if I wanted to do that, I would stick my finger down their throat. They'd be like, Niko, why are you sticking your finger down my throat? I'm like, I'm trying to expel this food and there's no laws. It's the purge. So dumb. I love it. Like I said, I didn't grow up here in Idaho. I grew up in the quaint town of San Jose, California. Yeah, yeah, and I got busted in high school for selling weed because you are not supposed to do that there. Uh, they really frown upon it. They did, which was a bummer because I was just trying to turn frowns upside down, But I just made the same mistake that a lot of fellow passionate people make, and I ruined my favorite hobby by making it my job. Maybe some comedians can relate.
Oh.
This is a job I obviously wasn't very good at. I mean, I was 15 years old. I try not to beat myself up too much. I didn't go through training or anything. I didn't know a whole lot about business at the time. I just knew that I was supposed to buy low and sell high. Yeah. I just took that way too literally, folks. So the other day I did that bit on another Zoom. I did the buy low, sell high, pause, hope for laughs, literally. And at that moment, I got a direct message in the chat. Now, I love that we have the chat here. Feel free to say whatever here, but I got to say something. They're in a comedy show or whatever. Isn't it a little weird that there's a chat? Right?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine we're just at a comedy club and at any time someone's like, hey, everybody, check out my waffle recipe. Or, hey, I got to go, but don't worry. I'll leave before you can say bye. Or maybe the best, my favorite is, LOL, that was really funny. It's like, we know. We were there. We still are. So are you. So I got a direct message in the chat, and it's in all caps, and it says these words. It says, not to be that guy. And I'm like, ooh, should I pay attention to something? Like something going on here? I'm obviously a very professional Zoom comedian, as you can tell, but I'm like, maybe I should, see what's going on here. And then again, it was he said the literally part, not to be that guy. And he sent me this other message too, and his video's off and his mic's off because it's a Zoom open mic. And I'm just picturing him there, angry typing, and he's writing, not to be that guy, but I think you meant to say figuratively instead of literally.
Oh God.
Right? Who does that? Like, dude, you are literally being that guy right now. And you're wrong. Look, I meant what I said. It was just semantics. He was just arguing semantics. I think he was just being anti-semantic. So I did get busted in high school for selling weed. Remember before that guy? Yeah, I was the only Jew in juvenile hall. Yeah, I put the Jew in juvie. I got out pretty quick because my parents, who are very here, hi, Mom and Dad, my parents hired a really good Jewish lawyer. He went up to the judge. He went to the judge and just said, let my people go. And they did. They're like, 3 years? Nah, 3 weeks. Mazel tov l'chaim. Yeah, you're free. Ooh. The Nortendos and Strenos are carrying me on a chair. Hava, you're free now. Hava, you're free now. But you're still tone deaf. Then I got out on probation, which meant I had to take all these drug tests. And look, I was never any good at tests, but I was really good at drug. I figured it out. I'd smoke weed. Wasn't going to stop that. Because that'd be crazy. And I did some things with my test to pass. These methods took time, though, like studying. Ooh. And I passed way more of these tests than I should have. But then tests became more and more frequent. More like POTS quizzes, if you will. And, I failed a ton of those. Just didn't have time to study. And unfortunately, they had not been grading me on a curve. No curve for drug tests. And then I got sent to rehab. Yeah, you know what's weird about going to rehab for weed? Everything. I mean, one thing, this is rehab for weed, like that was a central focus, because in that case, what we do is just, smoke a lot of weed in weedhab. But no, folks, these are folks that did all kinds of things, crack, cocaine, heroin. And look, no judgment by any means, but it certainly made me, this entitled Jew from California who got busted for weed, the least popular kid at rehab. Folks, I really like doing the Zoom stuff, for example. It's just so convenient. For example, the other night, I was putting our 5-year-old daughter to bed, and I had some time before my set, so I went inside, tucked her in, did all that stuff. And we do this kind of back and forth thing. I say something, she says something. That's how conversations work. I didn't have to spend 12 seconds explaining that. I realize. And this is usually what she says to me. This is her closer. She says, Dad, I love you so very much. You're the best dad in the whole world. It's like, oh, that's nice. Well, I realize your sample size is limited. I'll take it. It's nice. It's nice. The other night, she changed it up on me. Yeah, she riffed her closer the other night.
No.
She said, Dad, I like you more than the planets are large. Like, oh, I was just downgraded from love to like, but it's nice. It's nice. So I go to the door, I turn off the lights, I'm starting to leave, and she calls out Dad. I'm like, yes, darling, because now she's got me. She says, I've been thinking about it. And actually, I don't like you that much.
Oh.
And I have not stopped laughing. That was hilarious. She'll be a great comedian someday if she chooses to be. Folks, I'm going to take the last few seconds here. My mom's birthday is this week, and I just want to let's all just say happy birthday, Colleen. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Mom! Birthday's Monday. Thank you so much. I've been Samwise Gamgee 20 years later. You've been incredible.
Let's get a big applause for Niko Lukoff. And Niko, where can we find you on social media besides my weed dealer?
They have stores now for that.
I
Put out a
know.
business. Yeah, so I'm on Instagram at LaughYourLukoff, Niko Lukoff on Facebook, and Displaced Comedians. If you're a comic and want to join up, it's a fun way to connect with folks.
Yes, it's a very good, really great place to go meet people in the comedy world, and he's doing some great shows. Are you doing any live shows or any shows this week coming up?
I haven't, but I just got my first shot of Pfizer this morning, so in a few weeks, I will get on every stage that will have me that I can get to.
Sweet, and in Nampa, Idaho, that means he's going to get on the back of a pickup truck and do it in front of Karcher Mall. Now, I am doing all regional stuff right now because, is it still there? Or did they tear it down?
I have no idea.
Oh, come on.
I don't know the name of the mall. Yeah, it's still there. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's the comedy hotspot. That's where we go.
You're right. Karcher Mall, the strip mall that walks indoors. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We got that.
Right. I grew up in that mall. I literally grew up in that mall.
Sorry to hear it, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was in I spent my time in Pojo's, if it's still there.
It is.
Yes. All right. So
I'm sure everyone's loving this too. Hi, everybody.
Everybody's loving this. A little bit of home love going on. Pojo's, Karcher Mall. Everybody's going, what the heck are you talking about? Yeah. Well, what do you know? You moved there 18 years ago, and I left about 1999. So we kind of passed each other at one point, I think.
Yep.
So awesome. Thank you so much, Niko. That was an amazing set. All right. Hey, that was our show for tonight, guys. That was an amazing show. I want to thank Kimberly Jordan, Joan Fuchsman, Vickie Plummer from New York City, Dewayne White, Erik Angel, and Niko Lukoff. Let's all give them a big round of applause. Hey. All right. And if you want to catch a replay of the show, it'll be on my channel later on YouTube. This Just In News. Just give me a little time. I am going on Luke Lindale's show where he does my set. So all wish me well in about an hour when I go on there and just totally feel like I'm just going to lose it right there. But that's going to be fun. This should be an amazing time.
You're going to do great.
Good luck.
Thank you, Vickie. Thank you. I like Vickie's can-do attitude. I wish I had a little bit more of that can-do attitude.
Well, you're not doing anything, right? It's just Luke doing your set, right?
Yeah, but you got to do your set, and then he regurgitates.
Oh, shoot. That's an interesting format.
Oh, you haven't watched? You should go watch Luke Lindale do that. And no one knows who Luke Lindale is. You are missing out. I'll tell you what, he's been on this show, and he is a fun guy. So go check that out. That's my promo for tonight. Next week, I will not be here. I am taking the weekend off. I have to make that promise to my wife that, yes, I will not be funny for you for the weekend. She doesn't find me funny anyway, but she says you have to take a weekend off once in a while and spend time with me. But I'm going to make her do something for me. I'm going to make her sit in an IMAX studio or IMAX movie theater, socially distanced, watching King Kong versus Godzilla. Yeah, so I'm still going to get her one way or the other. So if you don't find me funny, hey, watch those guys fight. Come on.
Aaron, can I sing a really fast song song for Niko's mom for her birthday?
Go right ahead.
All right, Niko's mom, are you ready? It's very quick. It goes like this. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. That's it.
Thank you, Vickie. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. So, see, this has been a great show.
Thank you.
Lukoff, that was amazing. Oh, so that's the show for tonight. Go watch the replay later on when I get it up there after I'm been watching whatever show I'm watching later on tonight. And this has been an oddly funny production. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
So much.
This has been an oddly funny production.